Hello, I'm William Moss, and today we're discussing cleaning tools. There's very little most of us can do in February concerning gardening. There's really no cause for me in Chicago or people all throughout the north to go out to the frozen ground yet. But there are things we can do to start getting ourselves ready, and one of those is to clean our tools. Most of us just probably tossed them into the shed at the end of the season or either left them laying out in the garden, and that's just not a good thing for them. You know, the dirt crusts up on them, they start to rust a little bit, and we don't want that. Now, when you're cleaning your tools, the same rules apply pretty much for all blades. So whether it's a lawnmower blade, or a trowel, or a fork, or an axe, or pruners, a set of loppers, and especially shovels. All those things have blades and can be cleaned the same way. So we're going to work on a shovel today to give you an example of how to keep your tools clean and useful. First thing you want to do is get you a good sturdy brush, and you just want to clean off all that crusted on dirt and just take it right on off of the tool, because the dirt is going to promote a lot of rust. It also just kind of helps the tool deteriorate. And by cleaning the tools and keeping them in good shape, what you're going to be able to do is not only make the tool more effective for you this year, but also keep the tool viable longer. So you improve both the longevity of it, and also you're going to help the tools stay more effective. So you save on effort and you save on money by keeping your tools clean. So we just want to keep brushing this out. And then the second thing you want to do after you use a good sturdy brush is to get a wire brush, because this wire brush is going to really not only take off the dirt, but get some of that rust and some of the whatever you may have used, cement, old stuff, right on off of there, and really scrape it down the way you want it to be. The best thing to do for this, I'm pretty strong, so I can hold it in there, but it's always best if you can have a sturdy table to sit it on the edge of the table, and that way you just brush down. That really takes out a lot of the dirt and gets rid of the rust and makes the tool receptive to the other parts of cleaning, which are going to be sharpening and oiling. But the first thing is to make sure that you've taken all the old debris off from last year. The next thing to do, take a rag or an old cloth, just wipe it down. You want to try to get it as clean as possible. You want the surface of this to be ready and receptive for the next step. I'm going to slow down for just a second so you can see this edge. See how this edge has sort of has some notches in it and it's kind of folded in places? All that's just from general use. You know, everyone's shovel is going to look like this after a while. So if you see these notches, what they do is they slow you down when you're going through the dirt. It's going to have a hard time getting through roots. You don't want that. You need to sharpen that edge a bit so it slices through quicker and so you don't destroy the shovel as fast. What you want to do is you want to smooth these edges out. Now, there are a couple of ways you can do that. You can either use a file or a sharpening stone. So this is just a sharpening stone you can get from any hardware supply store. And what you want to do is you want to scrape at an angle along the edge. You can see where it's starting to lighten up on the outside there. That lets you know that you're pulling out some of those kinks. I'm gonna come to the other side. And you're sharpening it up. When you hold this stone, I want you to try your best to hold it at an angle. The best angle is about 30 degrees. I do not expect you to be out there with a protractor measuring the angles and find exactly 30 degrees on there. But I do want you to try to angle it just a little bit so that you get a nice little smooth edge and takes off any of those major notches. And that's what you're hearing, those loud knocks are the notches being smoothed out. You can see this whole entire surface now has a better edge on it. Now I'm going to flip it over because shovels have two sides. And this is actually the easiest side to do. You just hold it down and do the same motion. Now hear that? You hear that sound? You hear how there's no more ka-tings when I'm going along there? That is getting sharp. So you can hear that nice smooth sound. That means we're done. It's nice and sharp. Now, the final step is to oil it. So we're going to use the same cloth that we used to wipe off some of the loose debris and just dip it in some oil. I want you to use a cleaning oil, but you know, even a good vegetable oil to do on this. I don't want you to, don't use motor oil. That's the one I don't want you to use. Use a cleaning oil or some other oil and just wipe it down really good. And once again, this is all about best management practices. doing things to save you effort, to save you money, and to help the environment. There, pretty as a picture. And that's how you clean your tools.